In 2011, the professor of Earth Sciences at the University of New Hampshire, Ted Lodare, wrote a paper in which he announced, "Intelligent beings from other star systems have been and are visiting our planet Earth. They are visiting Earth now. This is not a matter of conjecture or wistful thinking." David Jacobs, a former associate professor at Temple University, believes aliens have visited us for over a century. What's more, he claims our DNA has been combined with extraterrestrial genes to produce alien-human hybrids. They could be any one of us. You might be one of them, and you may not even know it. David Jacobs believes many stories of alien abductions are true. Since 1973, he has interviewed over 140 people who claim they are abductees. Many of them inexplicably disappeared for a proven length of time and returned with no memory of what happened to them. Intriguingly, they also exhibit similar physical symptoms to each other: bruises and marks, and even signs of tissue samples being removed. Using a technique called hypnotic regression, Jacobs has unlocked the repressed memories. The victims describe their abductions in almost identical terms. One of the recurring features of their accounts is that their alien abductors harvested egg and sperm cells from them. Jacobs believes this is part of a long-term splicing scheme to produce genetic hybrids of humans and aliens, and that those hybrids are living among us. Researcher Miguel Mendonça believes he knows 8 such hybrids. These 8 people claim they have implanted alien DNA in their bodies. They say their extraterrestrial genes give them an ability to help others feel at peace, but all of them were unaware they were hybrids for many years. Consequently, Mendonça believes there are many more hybrids out there, and as they increase in number, they will help humanity achieve a sense of stability and unity. David Jacobs, on the other hand, says these hybrids are part of a more sinister plan to conquer humanity, using familiar faces. Unfortunately, there are problems with Mendonça's claims. For starters, he has not carried out DNA tests on any of the 8 people he claims are hybrids. What's more, although he says they all came to realize their alien heritage independently of one another, one of them, Cynthia Crawford, met and counseled several of the others before Mendonça began his research. They could be spinning the same yarn. Meanwhile, most scientists disagree with David Jacobs' conclusions. His method of using hypnosis to find the truth has been particularly criticized. Psychologist Susan Clancy accuses Jacobs of asking his subjects leading questions while they were hypnotized. He may not have done this intentionally, but hypnosis makes people heavily susceptible to suggestion. By merely asking them if they were abducted by aliens, he may have planted the idea in their heads. In addition, Carl Sagan argued that abduction experiences could be down to cases of mistaken identity or faulty memory. Jacobs also disagrees with many other ufologists. His theory goes against the generally positive view of alien abductions given by Miguel Mendonça and longtime researchers like John Mack. However, we may all be hybrid creatures, but in a different way. In 2015, a team from the University of Cambridge identified 145 genes in the human genome that they call foreign. That is to say, they are genes we acquired from other species through a process known as horizontal gene transfer. This is the process by which genes are transferred between organisms that live in the same environment. It is a widely known occurrence in single-celled organisms and is what enables bacteria to develop resistance to antibiotics so quickly. It is an alternative process of evolution that does not follow the traditional path of Darwinian inheritance. The foreign genes in humans likely came from fungi, some viruses, and mostly bacteria and protists. In 2011, NASA found evidence that the ingredients for DNA can form on meteorites. Molecules that form DNA have been confirmed to have been made on asteroids. Meteorites then carry these molecules to Earth. This position has been challenged by other scientists, but it raises the possibility that some of the earliest life on Earth may have originated in outer space, or that at some point in our past, our ancestors acquired essential genes from other, maybe even alien organisms. The argument that human-alien hybrids exist and don't realize who they are is dependent on two very different theories. On the one hand, there is the unproven suggestion that extraterrestrial beings are abducting humans, harvesting their reproductive cells, and creating aliens who look just like humans. The reason for this could be benign, or it could be sinister. On the other hand, there is the scientifically plausible suggestion that life on Earth grew from DNA formed on asteroids in space. Furthermore, as we evolved, our species acquired genes from microorganisms, perhaps bacteria that came from the stars. In which case, we may all be a little alien, without ever even knowing.